Hello, everyone. This is Chala, Dincoy, CEO and founder of The Repositioning Expert, coming to you with another edition of the Naked Marketing Podcast, where we get naked with my guest, Barby Ingle, about her marketing mistakes. Welcome, Barby.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm excited to be here.
I am so excited to hear about what you do and who you help.
Thank you. What I do you want me to introduce myself now?
Please do.
Okay.
Dying to find out.
Yeah, I am Barby Ingle, and I am a chronic pain patient, but I'm also an advocate. I've published 9 books. I've done reality television. I am a former collegiate cheerleading coach, and I also am the editor of iPain Living magazine and run the International Pain Foundation. So I got my hands going in a lot of different places.
Wow. Oh my God. So what is it exactly that you help with people who are in pain? Is it just any kind of pain at all and anybody who has a pulse?
Pretty much 1 in 3 people in the United States and 1 in 5 around the world have a chronic pain condition, and it can be physical, mental, or spiritual. And I work on all 3 of those areas, doing education, awareness, social events, and access to care.
And is your brand promise to alleviate that pain? Is that what you're doing for them?
We help them manage the pain to get to the proper doctors, navigate insurance or financial situations if they don't have insurance, and getting the proper care, which only we work a lot with rare conditions, and only 5% of rare pain conditions or even rare conditions in general, have a treatment. So we can't promise that they will get a cure with us helping them, but we can offer them things that can help their daily living be better.
Is that like Lyme disease would be one?
Absolutely. Lyme disease, reflex sympathetic dystrophy, arachnoiditis, even alcoholism, mental health disorders, schizophrenia, bipolar, depression, anxiety. So a wide variety of pain and conditions, over 150 conditions. I've had to really learn and study and at least be able to give key talking points for each one.
Wow. So from a marketing perspective, you're B2C, business to consumer, not B2B, right?
Correct. We do some B2B we do genetic testing. We've partnered with some genetic testing companies, but it's mostly B2C.
Right. Okay. So how did you get into this?
I got into it by necessity.
Wow.
I was living my dream life as a head coach at Washington State University, as well as running my own cheerleading and dance training company throughout the West Coast of the United States and into Canada. And it was growing, doing great. And all of a sudden I got sick myself, and my whole world turned upside down. So
then you decided you're just going to have a company that does this?
No, I struggled for treatments, for navigating the health system. It took 3 years to get a proper diagnosis and 43 doctors to get that diagnosis. And then it took another 4 years once I found out that I had a rare disease. That the next 4 years was, how do I manage and live with this rare disease? So pretty much 7 years were bedbound, wheelchair bound, and struggling myself. And then I was able to help other people because I did all the wrong things. and I had mistreatment, overtreatment, undertreatment because I didn't have the proper vocabulary, or I didn't rely on my own talents and skills to get me through a situation. I relied on everybody else around me, and they weren't there to help me necessarily. They were there to help themselves. And if that involved helping me, they could help me a little bit. And so I didn't learn how to use the system to my best abilities. And once I did that, I was able to help other people do the same.
It's fascinating. And so are you pain-free now? You look pain-free.
Thank you. Well, I have invisible conditions, so you can't always see the things that I go through. I go in and out of remission. And when I'm in remission, my pain is between a 0 and a 4 on a pain scale of 1 to 10. And when I come out of remission, my pain could be a 9 or 10, where I'm vomiting and passing out from pain. So I do swing through now, but I'm better able to handle it and manage it and have more low pain days.
Wow, congratulations.
Thank
And
you.
congratulations on turning all of that into something that helps other people.
Absolutely. And I feel like it was my purpose. I just didn't know that it was my purpose. I thought I was going to be this physical cheerleader and coach the rest of my life, and couldn't do that anymore. So I found another way to do it and help humanity at the same time.
Well, you still look very cheerful.
Thank you.
You still look like a cheerleader, but you're a different kind of cheerleader now. So
Yes.
I'm so interested in your marketing because this is a marketing show. So it
Yes.
sounds like you're super, super visible. I don't think I've ever had a guest who's been on a reality show. So tell us how you get clients.
So we get clients mostly through social media and word of mouth and building the network. I mean, branding is something I'm very, very good at. I wouldn't say I'm good at sales, but I'm great at branding and marketing, getting myself out there, being consistent with my messaging, being consistent with not engaging in negativity on social media, but specifically using it to market and brand what I can bring to other people and how I can help other people. And I cut out the negative. I think that's one of the things that people don't do is cut out the negative, and they jump into these micro conversations and everybody else is watching and going, oh, I don't even want to see what that person has to offer because they do these negative interactions. And so for me, it's all about positivity, and this is how I can help you.
Yeah, I agree. Negative begets negative. And
Yes.
who needs that, especially when you're in pain? So I'm so interested in what you said about, I'm not good at sales, but I'm amazing at marketing. And I've always thought that when your marketing is so big and your brand is so attractive that you honestly don't even ever have to sell. Has that been the case for you?
That has definitely been the case. I have been through what I'm trying to offer to other people. So it definitely is a bonus to stay in that niche. And I know that sales is a weakness of mine. So I don't even try to go there. I just keep my branding and my marketing on point so that I don't have to work on sales, but I still make money. I still bring in money for our charity and for selling my books and that type of thing, because I have something positive and that's a tool for people's lives that you don't really have to sell it.
Yeah. I mean, that's fabulous. For me, the definition of marketing and sales is marketing is everything you do until the question, how much is it? And then sales is everything that comes out of your mouth or that you do after that question. So, I mean, once they're there, I think, if they're in so much pain and they feel like you can help them, I can't imagine anybody choosing to do anything else if they have the means. So talk to us about you talk about being a good marketer, but obviously you're on the show. So we're going to ask you about, your naked marketing, expensive marketing mistake. What happened?
So for me, my mistake was advertising too far before an event, like, oh, I got this event. This is going to be the day. I want everybody to know about it. And I started just sharing way too soon. And people were like, tell me about it. I want to sign up. Where do I register? And I had no background material, nothing to send them to follow up with. And then they didn't circle back around when I finally got the information and was like, all right, this is where you go to market this, or not market, but register. Go here to register. I had lost that momentum and people just didn't come back around. They expended that, where now I know, get closer to the event, have all the background material before I even announce a project, have it all set up in the background, thought through, go through it, have a few select people that are on the inside, go through it, look for any misspellings, look for, does this link work? Is it taking you through the appropriate steps to get you where we need to get you? And do it in as few steps as possible.
Yeah.
When I market way too early, I lose a whole crowd, and that people just don't come back around, or they forget, or that type of thing. If you can say, hey, I made it really easy. It's just one click button, go register. I made the registration really simple. It's ready to go. That's when they want to hear about it. So that was the biggest mistake. Yeah.
I know what you're saying, because Well, the most often I have clients who are in completely the opposite problem because they're in a paralysis of action. Like they're just like, I have to have everything perfectly done before I even talk about it or market it. And you're talking about the opposite. And there's got to be a midway, right? Where
Absolutely.
you can't have everything all baked out. You have to, imperfect action and then build it out. So
You
that's
do
amazing.
you build what you can build and make sure that it's functioning enough for people to register or whatever the final goal is for you. You make sure that they're able to do that, and then little things will come up, but you won't be putting out fires left and right. You will be ready to go. So when the fires do come or the smoke starts, you can put it out before it becomes a fire, so that anything that's a bump in the road is just that, a bump in the road, and it's easy to get through and past so that you can have a successful event. But don't announce it too soon.
Absolutely. That is a huge, most of my business shifted online, just like everybody else. And I'm going to ask you about what you experienced during COVID, but what was it like? I imagine that every kind of pain that you talked about was accelerated during COVID. Was that your experience?
Absolutely. And for many people who have pain that have had it long term, we were already isolated. We were already washing our hands and paying attention to germs,
Right, yeah.
and the different things. So for us, it was like the rest of the world joined us, but it made our circles bigger. It made our networking bigger. It made people who didn't need this information prior all of a sudden need the information. So we had a whole influx of people that needed to be taught, needed to have resources, needed the understanding of what was going on. So it expanded our community, but also brought in a whole new crop of people who never thought they'd need this information in their lifetime. So we actually just got an award we created right at the beginning of the pandemic, we created a music video about washing your hands and wearing masks, and it's an animated video. And we just got video of the year from a health information technology company.
Oh, is it on YouTube? I've got to look at it.
We actually put it on our website for the foundation, and it's on YouTube. The video's on YouTube. The award and information about the award is on our website, is along with the video. But it was so funny because YouTube suppressed it, and we got about 23,000 views, even though they were suppressing it, because people literally were going and wanting this information and wanting to feel like life is going to be okay. And it's our like second most viewed video for our charity, because people just,
it was about YouTube, about COVID.
It was about COVID, and it was actually in memory of the one of the first doctors who was a whistleblower in Wuhan, China. I
remember him.
He was put in jail for talking about Dr. Lee. He was put in jail for talking about COVID, and he went back and continued seeing patients, even though he was jailed for talking about it, and he contracted COVID from a patient and passed away. And so it was in his memory, but it's all about making it less stigma in society with wearing masks and remembering to don't pretend to wash your hands. You actually need to wash your hands. And so it was a fun project, and we put it together pretty quick. I mean, within the 2 days, and YouTube tried to suppress it, and it still got a lot of hits. So we were very excited about it. And
I'm going to watch it, and congratulations. So being such an amazing marketer, what marketing advice do you want to give to our viewers?
Well, I would say stay on point with your branding. Don't, again, at the beginning, I said, people get so tied up in trying to answer every single question. And some people just ask negative questions to ask them. If you can answer it neutral, answer it neutrally. If not, if it's just a bait type of situation, don't go there. Block, ignore, and move on, and help the people you can help. Focus on them, and know that will create good word of mouth, and you will continue to flourish in whatever you are working on.
That's wonderful, Barbie. How can we reach you?
You can connect with me personally at my website, barbyingle.com, which is just my name, Barbie with a Y. And International Pain Foundation is internationalpain.org.
Wonderful. Well, those are very simple to remember and simple to type out. Awesome. So nice to have you on the show. Thanks for coming.
Thank you so much for having me.